Jesse, what are you talking about, man? It's Sunday night. It should be a chill evening, bro. What are you talking about, MDK, all day? There's a brawl at the venue. You don't know how to handle it. Issa just gouged some guy's eyeballs out, apparently. There's blood everywhere. Listen, Jesse, I don't know how to get blood out, bro. This fucking venue's a $5.7 million investment, bro. Bro, you need to go get the blood out, man. You gotta go Google something, man. Seriously. Fuck your tacos, man. What are you talking about? Your taco order got messed up. I don't give a shit. This fucking guy. Listen, man, you better take care of it, bro. I'm telling you right now, man. Thunder Rosa's in New York, man. Don't let me get on the fucking phone, okay? I'll just take care of it. This fucking guy, man. What are you gonna do with him? Jesus fucking Christ, man. I got blood. Issa's fucking gouging people's eyes out. Sounds like a better time compared to what we saw on Fight TV, man. What a fucking circus, man. What a fucking circus. I may have to bite my tongue a little bit, man. I may have the fucking MDK gang after me after this. Anyway, listen, we're gonna go over everything on what I thought was one of the most overhyped, overbooked, and lame independent professional wrestling shows that I've ever seen, man. It's a fucking circus. I tell you what, though, man, you want to talk about MDK, it's OTS all day. And I'm going to the venue, man. I need you guys to tell me one thing before I get the fuck out of here, man. I need to know what you guys tonight are drinking. I'll see you guys over there.
AEW successful? Why is Tony Khan running his promotion better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are running Monday night and Friday night? Long-term booking.
on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. It is Sunday night, a rare Sunday night GCW post show for The Wrld on GCW. It is January 23rd, 2022. I am your host, JD from New York. And this is the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Sunday nights, wherever you may be. You know, I'm not the type of guy that usually bites his tongue on things, man. I'm very opinionated. And that's exactly what you're going to get here tonight, man. I know Fightful and Solid Monster are live tonight, and I know GCW's the belle of the ball in the indie scene of professional wrestling. I don't really give a shit. I don't give a shit what I say or who I upset, man. I'm going to give it to you how I see it. How I see professional wrestling through my eyes. How I think professional wrestling should be. You know, I didn't watch the pre-show, by the way. Now, I did not watch the pre-show. I actually had a very long day. I was in the city meandering about and doing some errands, and I came home and I fell asleep, so I missed the pre-show. But right at 8 o'clock, I was on my couch, I had a cold beverage, and we were ready to go for GCW tonight, man. You know, the first thing right out of the gate is I'm not really familiar with GCW, but I am familiar with professional wrestling. I am familiar with the old model that they're going after, that is the CZW and ECW fan base, and the whole vibe and the feel of what they're doing is very ECW-esque. They were very ECW tonight, man. Riddled through this show tonight was ECW, which is great, but you're not ECW. You're GCW. I don't want to see ECW in the Hammerstein Ballroom because you're not ECW. You will never be ECW. You will never be as good as ECW. So in my eyes, it's a blatant disrespect to ECW because what you did tonight was far worse than what ECW ever did. You're in the Hammerstein Ballroom, New York City. This show sold out in 2 days. You got 2,200 fucking people in that venue, and this is the best show that you guys put on. The entire wrestling world, me included, I just told you right at the top, I'm not a GCW fan. I don't watch GCW. The only GCW show I ever been to was the one in Atlantic City when Cardona beat Nick Gage for the title. And that whole pizza cutter shit that was going on. That led to the Jericho Gage match on Dynamite. I was at that show. You had all this hype going into this show. And that's the show you put on? All the eyeballs that are now on GCW because of the hype that this show has created. And that's the best show that you put on? If I'm a fan and I didn't know what the fuck GCW was and I paid whatever the fuck it was tonight to watch this show, I would never watch GCW again. You don't like that? Go watch somebody else. It's too harsh? I don't give a shit. It's just the way it is. You had the fucking wrestling world by the balls tonight, and you failed to deliver anything. You failed to get eyes on your product. After this, I don't know who the fuck would watch GCW, to be quite honest with you. The other thing about this show, first of all, the Hammerstein Ballroom looked great. I love the Hammerstein Ballroom. I think it's a fantastic venue. I very much wish Tony Khan would run the Hammerstein Ballroom. Tonight, the crowd seemed flat. I don't know what it is. The crowd seemed flat. They were very quiet. I guess in the mind of what I thought a GCW crowd should be or would be, they were very quiet. This is not like the ECW crowds back in the day, man. Nowhere near. Now, I don't know if any of you were actually at the Hammerstein Ballroom tonight or you're on your way home and you're watching this show. I'd love to know. But what I saw on television felt very quiet and very flat. The other thing is, I'm not sure if it's on GCW's end or if it's Fightful, or if it's Fight TV's end. Fight TV's end. I don't know. The production on Fight TV with these shows, man, they are absolutely terrible. Terrible. The sound sucks. The sound in the ring sucks. There was no impact when I was watching the matches tonight. I couldn't hear the slamming of the mat and the slamming of the wrestlers in the ring tonight. The crowd was very quiet. When someone wanted to cut a promo, I could barely hear the fucking words that were coming out of their mouth. You know, GCW, they say GCW is the de facto number 3 promotion in the entire pro wrestling landscape. Why? Why? Because they're uber popular now? Because they're the Outlaw Mud Show? If you want to be the number 3 promotion in the United States behind AEW and WWE, you better get your fucking production value up, man. I got better production on what the fuck I do here than GCW does. Commentators are fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't know who the fuck they are. God awful. God awful. The venue sound was terrible. I don't know if it's Fight TV or if it's just the way things are with GCW, man. But if you want to be the number 3 wrestling promotion in the United States, never mind the world, if you want to be the number 3 wrestling promotion in the United States, man, you got to up the production value. Seriously. Commentating team sucked. I mean, I get they're an Outlaw Mud Show, but I mean, at some points during the fucking show when I do House of Glory, I wish I could drop a fucking fuck bomb or a cocksucker. Can't do that, but we don't do that for obvious reasons, because I don't think that really belongs in the professional wrestling realm. You know, if you got your commentators doing that, if you got your fucking ring announcer doing it, when someone comes out and says it, what type of impact is it going to make? What type of impact is going to be there? Brett Lauderdale was out in the beginning of the show on the pre-show dropping F-bombs every fucking sentence. Then he's got his commentating team doing the same fucking thing. If you want an impact in your promo and you're going to drop that type of language, then you can't really have your ring announcer and your fucking commentating team doing it, because everybody's going to sound the fucking same and nothing's really going to resonate. But that's the cool factor of GCW, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Joey Styles never fucking cursed. Joey Styles never fucking cursed. Joey Styles was one of the best play-by-play men in all of pro wrestling. You never heard him do or say anything like that. You want to model yourself after ECW. Why don't you model your fucking commentators after Joey Styles? When Joey Styles said shit or bullshit or asshole, whatever, it was because it was warranted. He didn't use that language ever. And when he did it and said it, he made an impact. That's just the way I see it, man. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but that's just the way I see it. They had all the eyes on them tonight, and I honestly think they dropped the ball. This was one of the most underwhelming, I would say, what's a good word? Overhyped pro wrestling show in years. With a main event that was fucking lame, as lame could be, that eventually turned into the typical GCW Nick Gage love fest. That's all it was. If you left after the Moxley match, you missed nothing. If you left after Moxley and Homicide and that GCW World Title match, you missed absolutely nothing, man. You probably would have done yourself a favor and beat the fucking traffic, to be quite honest with you. Get to the bar early, go have a couple of drinks before everybody else goes to the same fucking bar that you're at. I don't know, man. Listen, you know, I don't mean to shit on GCW, but you guys come here for the honest part of what we do as podcasters and content creators. That's just the way I see it, man. I don't think anything on this show really resonated with me at all. At all. I honestly think the best thing of the entire night was Lio Rush and Blake Christian. That was the best thing on the show tonight to me. Do you want to know why? Because it was an actual wrestling match. Everything else was an overbooked fucking circus. Ladder matches, and I'll get into that in just a second. Ladder matches don't mean anything, not only in GCW, but the entire fucking sport. It's been so overdone and overused. The entire concept does not feel special at all anymore. Then you got the Luchador match, which was excellent. Not perfect, but it was a much better match than the opening match. Lio Rush versus Blake Christian. It was supposed to be Jonathan Gresham versus Blake Christian, but Jonathan Gresham was actually out for unknown reasons. I'm assuming it's a medical protocol reason. We won't really know why he was out, but Lio Rush was supposed to be in the ladder match. He got moved into the match that Gresham was supposed to be in, and AJ Gray got put into the ladder match tonight. Then we got the GCW World Championship on the line. It was Moxley versus Homicide. Very, very underwhelming. I don't really fault them because Moxley is AEW. You don't want him going 15 minutes in a New York City-style brawl in the Hammerstein Ballroom when he's probably going to be set up for one of the biggest matches of his entire fucking life with Danielson over in AEW. You don't want to injure him, so the time limit that it went, the 6 minutes that it went, it was probably more beneficial for Tony Khan and AEW and Jon Moxley if it just went what it did tonight. Then you got Jeff Jarrett tonight. He went one-on-one with EFFY, which I don't understand the appeal of EFFY. It's one of these indie darlings I was told. Nothing about EFFY stood out to me whatsoever. I've seen EFFY here and there. Nothing about him stands out. Looks like a rock star Freddie Mercury ripoff with tendencies of Goldust. But listen, I mean, Goldust was a rare breed, man. The whole fucking flamboyant thing, perfectly played. He had the hot blonde in his then wife, then Marlena. And he was a fucking ring general, man. The guy was incredible and still is fucking great at his age, even now. Nothing really stood out as far as EFFY and Jeff Jarrett is concerned. Jeff Jarrett, he's one of the last outlaws. He came, now he's going back to Stamford, Connecticut, and he's going to be at Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Goodbye. It's an easy trip up I-95 for Mr. Jeff Jarrett. He'll be right back in Bruce Pritchard's office tomorrow as we get yet another shit Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Can't wait. Matt Cardona and Joey Janela. Can't call him Jelly Janela anymore. He actually looks pretty decent. This was one of the matches that I was looking forward to tonight, and we'll talk about it tonight. An overbooked mess. It was entertaining. It was fun, but it was an overbooked mess that, again, and I don't know if this is Matt Cardona's shtick nowadays, but he kind of takes what he had happened to him in WWE, or he takes these WWE moments and he rolls them up into his character, and that's what we see now on the indies, especially in GCW. There was a lot of WWE throwback in this match. A lot of WWE throwback in this match. And it was a fucking circus. It was a little circus. All over the place. If there's one thing I fucking hate, it's overbooked matches. I would have, I don't know about you fucking guy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I would have actually loved to see Cardona and Joey Janela go at it just by themselves. Did it need all that extra shit? Did it need Hornswoggle and X-Pac and fucking Brian Myers? I don't know. I don't know. But in the end, honestly, I enjoyed myself for the first hour. I tried. I gave it my all. It didn't do anything for me, man. It didn't do anything for me. What is the appeal of GCW? What is the appeal? I honestly think it's everybody that wants to live in the past. I genuinely believe that's what it is. You all want to desperately live in the past when there were no rules, where things could be said that can't be said today. You want that energy. You want that crowd excitement. You want that violence, that crowd. You just felt the fucking violence. That if one wrong move was made, shit was going to happen with that live audience. I haven't felt that way since ECW One Night Stand in 2006 with John Cena and Rob Van Dam. Nothing since then has duplicated or replicated what they did that night. Seems like they want to be a throwback promotion to the glory days of ECW, but let's be real, nobody's ever going to be ECW. Nobody's ever going to be Paul Heyman. Nobody's ever going to be as smart as Paul Heyman. Nobody's ever going to have the talent that Paul Heyman had. Who does ECW have back in the day? Look at the names that they had. Who does GCW have? Who is the one homegrown guy outside of Nick Gage that really makes them GCW? EFFY? As far as I'm concerned, Matt Cardona's the fucking face of the company. Matt Cardona's done more for GCW than anybody in the last 6 months. Joey Janela? He's a figurehead, but I don't really consider him a face. What has he done? If anybody's put GCW on the fucking map, it's Matt Cardona. And everything that he's done. And he's helped himself out in the same time. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on GCW. But that's just the way I see it. Yeah, Hammerstein Ballroom, 2,000 plus people. This was every opportunity for you to put your best foot forward. And you left us underwhelmed. I wouldn't tell people to go out and watch this fucking show. You wouldn't catch me dead watching a fucking replay of this show. What happened? Let everybody down, man. This is why I tell you guys, don't believe the fucking hype. Don't believe the fucking hype. How many of these wrestling promotions really live up to the hype? The only thing I could really say lived up to the hype was the hype for All Out. That was it. That was the only thing all year that really lived up to the hype. Tony Khan built that show around Punk, and it delivered in every which way. WWE is a master. They are the masters of overhyping something and making something seem as big as it really is, only to be let down in the end. Just like we'll see when we get to next Saturday in the Royal Rumble. Don't believe these wrestling promoters, man. Don't believe these wrestling promotions. They want to hype. They want to make a big deal about it. GCW, the Wrld is on GCW. Yeah, the Wrld is on GCW. It was in the name of the fucking show. And in my honest opinion, you failed and you let people down with an underwhelming, overhyped, lame show. That if, like I said, if I'm a fan and I'm watching GCW for the first time, I'm not watching this show or this product after tonight. We're going to talk about the matches and what happened and what I liked and what I didn't like about this show. I appreciate you guys joining me on Off the Script tonight. Those are my opening words. I thought I was going to come on here and be a little bit more positive, but it's not my MO. It's not on my itinerary to be positive, man. If I'm being positive, then I'm being anything but myself. You guys need the truth. You guys need the fucking facts of the matter, and that's that. And listen, I work for House of Glory, man. House of Glory's not perfect. We got production issues, too. We had a very rough go for the first two shows. I don't know if it's on Fight TV or whatnot, but independent promotions and independent wrestling, man, it should be something that is just a little bit better. It's just the basics, the simple things that are not right are just a common problem. Sound and look. I mean, everybody goes through it, but you can't call yourself the number 3 promotion in the United States if you got problems like that. And you cannot go on, and I'll talk about this when we get into the review. You can't have the people on that roster say this is the biggest independent wrestling show of all time. You can't say that. You can't say that. You're being dishonest with the fans, and you're taking the fans to be just as stupid as what WWE takes their fans to be. Follow me on social media, man, at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other videos that I've uploaded on the channel, man. There's a ton of content. All the live streams from all the shows this week. Episode 404 and 405 of Off the Scripts. I even uploaded a Reddit Hates JD Hit Row Edition reading hate comments video today on the channel. Go and check that out. All that stuff to keep you guys entertained as we roll through the week and start tomorrow fresh with Monday Night Raw. I will be live tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, 1 week before the Royal Rumble, man, the go-home show for the Rumble. And we will talk about that a little bit later on in the show. We'll do a preview of what's coming up next week before we get into the Royal Rumble. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, man. We got 433 likes on the live stream. We got 1,200 Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 minimum on today's OTS. Don't tell me that I'm going to get more viewers on a Tuesday night with Von Wagner than I am GCW, man. But you guys want to call yourself the de facto third biggest promotion in the United States, right? Yeah, sure thing. Make sure you guys go and hit that join button as well. Become a channel member. Channel members get incredible perks, man. Early access to content. You guys get those badges next to your name to show off your VIP status, and you guys get those great emotes, those OTS emotes that you could use in the live stream chat and in the comment section of all my videos. And today's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Audible, audibletrial.com/script. 30 days free of their service and one free audiobook of your choice, completely on me. Thank you to Audible for sponsoring the show tonight. Once again, that's audibletrial.com/scripts. I did not watch the pre-show. I actually did not even know there was a pre-show until it was too late. So I did not go back and watch the pre-show. So if you guys are looking for my thoughts on the pre-show, you will not be getting my thoughts on the pre-show. I do know Thunder Rosa showed up on the pre-show, and she was incredibly over from what I was told from a couple of people that reached out to me personally because they know I'm a big Thunder Rosa mark. But I did not watch the pre-show, so what we're going to do here is we're going to jump right into the actual show and my thoughts on the show. We had a grab the brass ring ladder match. WWE reference number 1. You know, for all the fucking bullshit that Tony Khan gets over on AEW Dynamite for mentioning WWE or having CM Punk or MJF or anybody really mention anything Vince McMahon or WWE related, there was certainly a lot of WWE innuendo on this show. So let me ask the GCW faithful, are you guys showing yourselves that same type of energy when you blast Tony Khan for mentioning WWE on his show? Or are the fans using that same energy on GCW as they are AEW? I'm just curious. Got to keep that same level of energy, man. You can't have more one than the other. Grab the brass ring ladder match. Lio Rush was supposed to be in this match. Jonathan Gresham, the Ring of Honor World Champion. He was supposed to wrestle Blake Christian on this show. Gresham was out. Lio Rush was, I guess, removed from this ladder match, placed into the match that Gresham was supposed to have with Blake. And AJ Gray was supposed to be doing something else on this show, and he got put into this ladder match. Or maybe he wasn't even on the show, and they put him in this ladder match as an extra competitor, is what I'm assuming happened. AJ Gray, PCO, Alex Colon, who's the other hardcore maniac in this promotion, Tony Deppen, G. Raver, Jimmy Lloyd, and Jordan Oliver. Grab the brass ring ladder match, man. My gripe with ladder matches, and this goes to WWE, and we're getting a ladder match on Wednesday with Cody Rhodes and Sammy Guevara for the interim TNT championship, interim champion versus, I guess, original champion, TNT championship, not the TBS, TNT championship. So it's Cody's belt versus Sammy's belt. And my gripe with ladder matches is, man, nothing is really original anymore. Ladder matches are very unoriginal nowadays. There's nothing going on. It's all the same shit. We see too many of them, and WWE has really exposed the ladder match, just like they exposed the Hell in a Cell match, just like they exposed everything else that they've done. They usually take something and beat it over the head with a kendo stick. Ladder matches just aren't the same anymore, and when I see a ladder match like this, there really isn't anything new or innovative about these matches. It's just a bunch of fucking geeks just trying to take the biggest risk that they possibly can to pop a crowd. There's no scientific element to a ladder match anymore. And that's the type of ladder match that I enjoy. You know, there could still be scientific elements to a fucking multi-man ladder match. But nobody has the brain power to think about certain things that they could do or certain spots that would really kind of slow the pace down and not make it an overhyped, overbooked spot fest There's no originality in these matches anymore, man. So how could I get excited about seeing AJ Gray go to the fucking top of a ladder and then jump off to somebody down below through a fucking table? How many times have we seen that? How many times could I see somebody reach for the fucking briefcase or the contract and stand there like a fucking dumbass? All you gotta do is just climb back up, one rung, reach for the fucking contract, or in this case, the brass ring, and grab it, take it down. Ladder matches have lost so much over the years. They're so overbooked, they're so drawn out, and there's nothing special about it anymore. You go and watch Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10 at Madison Square Garden, legitimately right up the fucking street from where this show was tonight. And you tell me that that match today still doesn't live up. Even their second match at SummerSlam in 96 even lived up to what we see now as far as ladder matches is concerned. I can't get excited about this match, man. I can't get excited about matches like this. I don't even get excited about the WWE Money in the Bank ladder match anymore because it's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. The more bodies you put in these matches, the worse the match is going to be. I wanted to see more PCO in this match. We got a little dose of PCO, but he didn't really do anything but almost kill Jordan Oliver in this match with a fucking Foley-like pile driver on top of a fucking ladder that could have easily broken his fucking neck. We got AJ Gray going up to the ladder. I thought he was going to fucking slip and slide down that ladder and absolutely kill himself live on pay-per-view tonight. He tried to jump off and he made himself look like a fucking idiot. Why? Why? Why do we need to take these risks to pop the fucking crowd and end the match in the most sloppiest of ways? The entire match was a fucking spot fest. The entire match was nothing but fucking sloppiness from a bunch of guys that I'm sure don't know anything scientific about having a fucking ladder match. Lio Rush was supposed to be in this match, like I said. He wasn't there. Nothing mentioned about it on the show. They tried to save him as a surprise here on the show. It really wasn't a surprise. All you had to do was go to Sean Ross Sapp on Twitter, and he kind of revealed who Blake Christian was going to be wrestling tonight. Yes, I see the bomb in the chat, guys. I see it. I don't want to come off my my line of thinking here. Mr. Dark Ace, thank you for the $100 super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. We're going to be reading the super chats a little bit later on in the show. Lio Rush was advertised for this match. Nothing happened here. AJ Gray was supposed to face Eddie Kingston on this show. He had nothing to do. They put him in this match instead. Eddie Kingston obviously dealing with an injury. They went into ladder spots almost immediately here. PCO and Alex Colon hit a doomsday device on Reefer, with PCO hitting him with a ladder while coming off the top. PCO then hit a tope cannonball onto everybody, onto the floor. PCO is a sight to behold, man. PCO is a sight to behold, and I wanted to see more of him, man. Impact, that was a good pickup for Impact. That was a good pickup for Impact. PCO hit that tope cannonball onto everybody. Tony Deppen then hit a double springboard 450 onto everybody. That also got a big pop from the crowd. PCO then hit a moonsault onto everybody on the floor. Typical spots, typical spots. There's really nothing mind-blowing here coming out of this match. PCO, he was trying to climb the ladder at one point. Someone would come in and try to stop him. I didn't really see who it was at the time. And then he tossed him out of the ring. He tried again. Deppen was finally able to get him off the ladder by biting him in the face. Jordan Oliver then hit a clout cutter onto Deppen from the ladder, which looked very good. Nicely done there by Jordan Oliver. He tried to climb the ladder, and PCO caught him, chokeslammed him off. He then gave him a package pile driver on top of the ladder, which looked absolutely brutal. Those ladders were not safe at all, man. Not safe at all. That pile driver by PCO looked absolutely brutal, and the way he spiked Oliver down, I wouldn't be surprised if Oliver woke up this morning with a very, very bad stiff neck, man. Wow. That looked fucking sick. So Colon hit a double foot stomp on PCO. Did not look good at all. Then climbed the ladder, but was stopped by G-Raver. G-Raver then wrapped Colon in chairs, and another ladder climbed. The ladder that was already in the ring and basically fell on top of the ladder and Colon after the entire spot looked it just looked miserable, man. At one point, there was chairs propped up in their regular positions. The ladder was draped across the chairs. Colon was under the chairs. The ladder fell off. Raver had to jump off the ladder and fix the ladder that was spread across these chairs. It was just a fucking mess, man. There's no creativity at all in these matches, and it looks sloppy because of it. So he jumped off the ladder, and he came down, and it actually did more damage to him than it did Alex Colon. Really fucking stupid spot. So after that, Jimmy Lloyd came in and gave Raver a razor's edge over the ropes onto a ladder that was set up on the floor. And AJ Gray looked to come off a very, very high ladder, but Colon, he was there in the ring. He was about to jump off and hit Colon in the ring, and he fell off and crashed to the mat. It looked very scary with what happened there. And then we got John Wayne Murdoch, whoever the fuck this guy is, came out and attacked Alex Colon, taking him out of the match. Meanwhile, AJ Gray is in the ring. He knocked Lloyd off the ladder and successfully grabbed the brass ring. It was insane, and not in the good way that I would describe being insane. This was a spot fest and very sloppy, and AJ Gray wins the brass ring, and I'm assuming he gets a championship opportunity at the world title whenever he so chooses. So it's their version of the Money in the Bank briefcase. But I'm sure you guys agree with me on what I am saying about the ladder matches, man. WWE has desensitized us to a lot of these matches, and even their gimmick matches don't feel the same anymore, man. I wish they would just remove, ladder matches from the pay-per-view calendar. Ladder matches happening on TV. Then we got the Money in the Bank ladder match, and then we got NXT holding ladder matches, and then we got TLC pay-per-views. You get desensitized to all of it, man. And then when you see a ladder match like this, nothing really stands out. Nothing really stands out at all. Jesse's texting me something about the Briscoes. Jay Briscoe. Fuck pay-per-view time restraints. That's what happens when you want to go big time, bro. That's what happens when you want to go big time. Show ended abruptly, and that's what happened. That's on GCW. Should have booked a better show that flowed better. Then you wouldn't have had 5 minutes in the main event to have a lame finish. The fuck do you want? AJ Gray wins, and not really good. More scary than anything in the opening match here. Grab the brass ring ladder match. We go to a 6-man tag, and we got Team Gringo. Team Gringo versus Team Bandido. This was actually very fun. This was also another spot fest, but this is the type of spot fest that I enjoy, man. I like these luchador 6-man tags, man. It's all over the place. Really fun stuff here. And I gotta say, Gringo Loco is a fucking awesome name. Some white fucking dude dressed in luchador gear, naming himself Gringo Loco, man. I love it. I love it. He is a hidden gem on this GCW roster. Gringo Loco. He's teaming with Arez and Demonic Flamita. Never heard of these guys before, so you have to pardon my dust on these GCW wrestlers. Arez and Demonic Flamita. Bandido's team was Bandido, obviously. Laredo Kid, who we saw. And ASF in trios action. So the last time we saw Laredo Kid, I believe he was on Dynamite at some point in the last couple of years. He was also, I believe, at All In. Laredo Kid. He was in the main event of All In, which brings me to another hysterical stat that GCW wanted to shill to their audience tonight. They were live on pay-per-view and live on Fight for this show, and they were claiming that the show tonight, the Wrld on GCW is the biggest independent wrestling show in history. For who? For all of independent professional wrestling? Or is it GCW's biggest show? It's certainly not the industry's biggest independent show of all time or in history. So why would these lame duck, terrible commentators come on here and spew a line like that? I know they didn't have headsets on being fed that bullshit from Brett Lauderdale. I know that for sure. But no, they want to spew that line. This is the biggest independent show in history. I don't know if you guys remember what happened in Chicago for All In. All In gave birth to AEW, which right now is the hottest promotion in all of the United States, probably all of the world. No, but GCW's show tonight was the biggest independent wrestling show of all time in history, right? I would appreciate commentators a lot more if they didn't sound like fucking sheep, bargain basement car salesmen. Why are you spewing facts like that? Or what you think is facts? Why are you spewing bullshit like that? Thinking that people are going to catch on and somehow think it's legit or fact. You fucking kidding me? What a joke. That would be like me sitting at the House of Glory commentary booth with Monster and claiming that our next show is the biggest wrestling show of all time, even bigger than WrestleMania. There's a certain level of trust that you have as a commentator. Your voice, the way you project shit, your excitement, backtracking on stats and notes and the storylines. You would never hear anything out of my mouth in regards to this as being the biggest independent show of all time. Instead of being a fucking cheap car salesman, why don't you just level with me and be legit? I thought ECW, or GCW rather, was the Mud Show Outlaw show. I didn't think they were a bunch of fucking bullshit artists. Give me a fucking break. Tim B, this review needs Jesse. Why? Why does this review need Jesse? Go check Jesse's All In review, man. He talked about it. Sure, he ranted and raved about it just like we did when we were fucking there live. So we got this 6-man luchador match, and this was fun. This was very fun, man. There was a ton of shit in this match. I basically can't go over it all. Early on, Flamita went up top, and he motioned like he was going to do something, and then he flipped off the crowd and dropped to the mat without doing anything. Loco and Arez, they did a row your boat spot on Laredo and ASK, and then Flamita rolled up Bandido in the middle of them for a 2 count. That was pretty cool. There was a series of back and forth here between everybody. Flamita hit Bandido with a beautiful frog splash. Laredo hit a 450 splash on Flamita. He got a near fall. Arez hit a springboard moonsault on Laredo for a near fall. ASK hit Arez with a Death Valley driver. Gringo Loco then hit a release suplex on ASK for another near fall. Bandido hit Gringo with a DDT. Then we get this huge, just like back and forth. There's this tower of fucking luchadors spot in the middle of the ring. So we got all 6 of these guys, and they are stacked on top of each other, double-decked on top of each other. You got one guy sitting on one guy's shoulders, and then another guy sitting on the other guy's shoulders. It looked like a scene out of Family Guy. It looked like a fucking Peter Griffin and chicken fight was about to ensue here, man. Gringo had Laredo on his shoulders. Arez was on top of Laredo's shoulders. They fought with ASK, who was on Flamita's shoulders, and Flamita was on Bandido's shoulders. This ended with ASK hitting Arez with a Canadian destroyer off of the shoulders of the other men. Holy shit. We didn't even see him land, because I'm assuming it did not look pretty on the way down. Chants of holy shit at the Hammerstein Ballroom. And then, despite this and everything that had happened already, they looked at each other. Gringo and ASK ended up being the last two left in the ring. They both crashed to the mat. You could audibly hear somebody say, guys, you got to go home. I guess one of the guys on the outside, one of the production crew, yelling to the ring, telling them they got to go home. Gringo and ASK ended up being left in the ring. They both crashed to the mat from the top rope after they tried to do something. I don't know what it was. Shortly after that, Gringo gave him a pile driver and pinned him 1, 2, 3. This match did not need to go as long as it did. And then one of the Briscoes just tweeted out, fuck pay-per-view time regulations. If this match didn't go 15 fucking minutes, then maybe Nick Gage, Tremont, and the Briscoes could have got maybe 5 more minutes in the main event to do something a little decent instead of giving us a lame duck bullshit main event. This was fun. I enjoyed this very much. Wasn't perfect, but it's a luchador match, man. It's supposed to be fucking chaos. So I really enjoyed that, and I enjoyed that a lot more than the ladder match to open the show. Blake Christian. This is the former Trey Baxter. Yes, I know a lot of you guys are going to be mentioning who in the chat. I have no fucking idea, man. I don't know anything about these guys. They've been on and off GCW TV, I guess, for a little bit now. But it is what it is, man. Just like how I don't know, you guys don't know either. So it is what it is. Blake Christian, this is the former Trey Baxter in NXT. He was going to be a pretty solid act on NXT before he got unceremoniously let go and released thanks to Nick Khanman. And I expected a lot from Trey Baxter, man. Trey Baxter reminded me, in NXT, he reminded me a lot of, he had a little bit of Buddy Matthews in him. He had a little bit of the Amazing Red in him. He was a very good, I guess, I'd like to say, a very good addition to the NXT roster. And then, like that, he was let go. No fucking rhyme or reason, just let him go because WWE had the initiative. Oh, you can't be small. Oh, you can't be, the vanilla midget type. We need people who are over 230 pounds and yada, yada, yada. Trey Baxter was like 180 pounds. We don't need any more of these fucking vanilla indie midget fucking acrobatic, gymnasts. We don't need these guys in NXT. So they let him go. And now here he is. He's on tonight's show, Blake Christian. This was his name before he joined NXT. And he cut a promo. And he announced that Jonathan Gresham was not there tonight and would not be on the show. I'm assuming that it's a medical protocol. A medical protocol situation. He called on Ring of Honor to give him a title shot at a later date. I would personally like to see that. I think he's a great in-ring talent. He came to wrestle. However, he is looking for someone to fight tonight. And he knows somebody in the back that he knows very well and is able to give him the fight that he wants. Out comes Lio Rush. Lio Rush, the same Lio Rush that will not have his AEW contract renewed. In February, he is a free agent and able to do whatever he wants. On February 14th, we talked about this on OTS, episode 405, yesterday. Everybody made this a big, big deal. Lio Rush being released from, he's not really released, but he's having his contract expired. Tony Khan is letting his contract run out. Everybody turned this into a race thing about Lio Rush. You guys look like a bunch of fucking idiots at the end of Saturday night. It's all you did, man. You cried racism. You cried this. You cried that. You do realize that Lio Rush is one of several AEW talents that are not having their contracts renewed. Joey Janela, Marco Stunt, Brian Cage, and Peter Avalon. Oh, no, you won't hear about that, though, right? No, you want to chime in on Lio Rush. Why do you think Lio Rush got fired, per se? You want to call it a firing? So be it. But why do you think Lio Rush is not getting his contract renewed? Why? I want to see you guys go to your jobs. After you listen to this, you go to sleep. You get up in the morning, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, you make yourself a hot cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee. You get on the MTA, whether you take the bus or the train. You travel to Manhattan, you go into your fucking office, and you hate your life and you hate your job, and you look at your boss and you tell your boss, you know what, boss? Fuck you. You owe me a fucking apology for keeping me late last week, 3 days in a row, when I told you I had my daughter's karate lessons to go to. I wanted to be there for her, but you didn't give me the time off after I had requested it 3 weeks in advance. Fuck you. You owe me an apology. I want to see you guys have a fucking job the next day. You won't be going into the office with anything. You're fired. That's exactly what Lio Rush did. That's exactly what Lio Rush did. And all I said was, A, Lio Rush was a great talent. B, Lio Rush burned another bridge. And C, Lio Rush got himself pretty much in the situation that he's in right now. Then I hear all these other people, blah, 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 JD is racist, blah, 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 JD is insensitive. All I said is Lio Rush got himself fired. He got himself in the situation that he got himself in. And then I see, oh, Lio Rush got a 6-month deal. Lio Rush got this type of deal. Why wasn't he signed to a long-term deal? You do realize that short-term contracts in the world of professional sports are a real thing, right? You could get a 1-day contract. You could get a fucking 10-day contract. You could get a 6-month contract. You could get a 1-year contract. If you're lucky enough and they believe in you enough, 2 years. 3 years. 3 years. Marco Stunt. Yes, he's gone. He's gone. These contracts do exist. No, but Lio Rush getting a 6-month deal from Tony Khan all of a sudden is abnormal contract status with the company. You do realize that Tony Khan is booking his promotion and running his promotion as if he's running a sports team, right? What, you think Tony Khan is giving out fucking 3-4-year contracts to everybody he brings in? You fucking kidding me? Why would Lio Rush get anything more than a 6-month contract? Everybody that started AEW in year 1 got a 3-year deal. You want to know why? Because Tony Khan needed them in that moment. There really wasn't much going on. WWE was hoarding all the talent to keep them away from AEW, so he gave them enough to financially secure themselves and build AEW's name. Everybody helped everybody. Now Tony Khan has a sea of talent that he's obviously interested in. If he gave everybody a 3 or 4 year fucking contract, if he gave Lio Rush a 3-year contract, if he gave Bryan Danielson a 3-year contract, CM Punk a 3-year contract, Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, Ember Moon, Tony Storm, Thunder Rosa, if he brought in the entire free agent pool and gave them 3-year contracts, AEW would be like the fucking Titanic. They'd be in the red and no sign of getting out of it. No, but Lio Rush getting a 6-month deal is abnormal. It's not right. It's unfair. It's racist. Tony Khan is racist, right? You know, WWE is giving out 6-month contracts. They're giving out 6-month contracts to NXT talent. If you don't perform in the 6 months, because WWE deems 6 months long enough to prove yourself to them. If you prove yourself to them in the 6 months, they'll give you an extension. If you don't, goodbye. That's their new motto. That is their new mentality. That is what they're doing with NXT. So I'm sorry. Lio Rush got a 6-month deal. How is that unfair? Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are doing it with NXT. If Tony Khan gave Lio Rush anything more than 6 months, I would find that to be abnormal. The guy's a fucking mental case. The guy's a headache. The guy's already burned bridges for himself in other promotions. You want Tony Khan to sign this guy to a 3-year deal and give him a 3-year deal at guaranteed money, and Tony Khan take the risk on him for his company? He gave him a 6-month deal to pretty much show Lio Rush, listen, I think you're great. I want to bring you in. If you can prove yourself to me and we can help each other out and you do well in this 6 months, I'll keep you on and I'll sign you to a 1-year deal. And it's a building block relationship. You think Keith Lee's coming in getting a fucking 4 or 5 year deal? You think if Karrion Kross comes in, Killer Kross comes in, he's getting a mega deal? Think if Tony Storm or Tegan Knox or Ember Moon come in, they're getting a mega deal? Everybody has to work for it. This is a great business move. I'm Tony Khan. I'm signing 6-month contracts too, or I'm handing out 6-month contracts. It's great. It's great. You know what that does? That means Tony Khan is giving opportunity where other people are not giving opportunities. And you know what the fucking funny thing is? I want to know, because Lio Rush already would have said it himself on social media. You do realize that Tony Khan signed Lio Rush to a 6-month deal, right? And he got hurt on night 1. I want Lio Rush to come out and claim that Tony Khan wasn't paying him, because if Tony Khan wasn't paying him, we would have already heard about it. Tony Khan paid him through his injury, and he's paying him all the way up until his contract expires on February 14th. But Tony Khan is racist, right? Right? The mental retards in the IWC grow by the hour. It is staggering how fucking stupid most of this community really is. Oh, JD's wearing an AEW shirt or an AEW hoodie on a WWE review. JD's wearing an AEW hoodie on a GCW review. JD is sucking Tony Khan's dick. He's a shill. All he does is pander to AEW. Now, all I do is pander to the truth. And motherfucker, I look damn good in this fucking hoodie, and it's fucking 15 degrees out. That's why I'm wearing it. There's a draft in the venue. Give me a fucking break. Next time you want to call me racist, go and do so. I had one fucking slob on social media yesterday come and tell me that I'm racist because I haven't said anything nice about women's professional wrestling, especially black athletes in the women's division. So what I did is I quote tweeted her, and I took a clip from Friday SmackDown, conveniently, where I said, I think Naomi should win the Royal Rumble and beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I can't even fucking tell you how she backtracked to a point where it was fucking pathetic, man. It looked like she was fucking crawling out of her skin, and I was sitting there with my fucking glasses on, drinking my cold beverage, watching her Twitter burn down to the ground because my fucking fans made you look like a fucking idiot, as did I. You want to call me a racist again? Please do so. I do not pander to anything. I pander to the truth. I don't give a shit what color you are, what ethnicity you are, what background you are. I don't give a shit, man. All I want is a better fucking product. When AEW has a black male athlete that's ready for the top, and you'll be getting him soon, you'll know. Right now, they don't have any. I'm not putting Will Hobbs in the fucking championship scene because Will Hobbs is a black athlete. You're going to be getting a black world champion very, very soon. His name is Keith Lee, minus Bearcat. He's coming. He's coming. Lio Rush. He had a lot to prove in this match. This match was great. This was probably my favorite match of the entire night. Why? Because it was basic professional wrestling. I loved it. Two guys that know what the fuck they're doing. Two guys that are very good at what they do. And this was my favorite match of the night. Blake Christian defeated Lio Rush. Christian locked Rush in a stretch muffler, I'm assuming it was, early. And commentary actually focused on here. I put this in my notes because I'm a commentary guy. I listened to the history of things. They were focusing on Rush's neck and shoulder problems, which was nice. Rush fought back. He got a Falcon Arrow delivered on Blake for a 2 count. Rush went for a springboard stunner, but Christian followed for what I thought was a great spot. And it showed that these two guys work very well together and they know each other, man. That bottom bounce, springboard, bottom rope cutter that Lio Rush does, Blake Christian came in and gave him a meteora right at the perfect time when Rush was about to bounce off that bottom rope. And really, really good stuff there. He then hit a springboard 450, which looked very nice as well. He got a near fall off that. Rush fought back with a beautiful Poison Rana DDT. He hit the final hour frog splash, which looked great. That got a near fall. Christian hit a dive from the mat to the floor and grabbed Rush in a reverse DDT position. He then picked up Rush and gave him a tombstone onto the floor. He rolled Rush into the ring. He came off the top with the 450 double stomp, and he got the win. 1, 2, 3. This was really good, man. I could have actually watched these guys go another 10 minutes or so. This was awesome. Very, very good stuff. And Lio Rush, man, listen, I have nothing against Lio Rush. I got everybody coming at me claiming that I did this or I did that or I said that about Lio Rush. I never said anything about Lio Rush, man. If you guys go read my tweet, Lio Rush is a great talent. Lio Rush is a great talent. But I would not sign him long-term to a contract, is what I said. I would not sign him long-term to my promotion if I had a promotion. Oh, if you had a promotion, Lio Rush wouldn't even want to work for you. I don't give a fuck what you think. If Lio Rush was in my promotion, I would not sign him to a deal that is longer than what Tony Khan gave him. He is not stable. He's obviously got problems. At the end of the day, it usually comes back around to you. It's not the company. It's not Tony Khan. It's not your boss. It's not that locker room. It's Lio Rush. And Lio Rush got himself in the situation that he's in right now. Can't go on social media blasting Tony Khan. I don't give a shit if you talk to Tony Khan or not. It's Tony Khan's right in every fucking way to not use you. If he doesn't want to use you, if he already listen, those contracts are very, very fortunate for a lot of people. If you don't prove yourself to Tony Khan, man, Tony Khan has every right to say, I don't think this guy is right for my locker room. I don't think this guy is right for my company. Let him walk. Lio Rush is going to be better off as a rogue, as a solo act, traveling around. Anyway, it's great to see him pop up everywhere, man. There's so many great matches that he could have with a ton of different people. He'll be fine. But this thing is not about race. It's about contract. Everybody wants AEW to shed fucking roster. Everybody wants Tony Khan to release some payroll. He's doing it. 1 week it's Tony Khan. Oh, it's not right for Tony Khan to be hoarding all this talent. He's actively getting rid of talent. In a right way. He's not firing anybody in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Did you guys complain about everybody from WWE? All 200 plus of them get fucking fired, but you're worried about one Lio Rush. Fucking ridiculous, man. Matt Cardona with Chelsea Green defeated Joey Janela. This match was all over the place, man. This match was all over the place. Was it fun? Yes. Was it entertaining? Yes. Was it a good match? Fuck no. It's not a fun match. It's not a good match. It was a fun match. It was an entertaining match. Would I call this a good match? No. Not at all. This was a fucking circus, and I don't come to watch professional wrestling and see circus-like fucking bullshit like I saw in this match. I would have much rather watched Cardona and Janela go at it, one-on-one, with Chelsea Green getting involved at some point. I didn't need 8 fucking distractions and interruptions during this match. From God knows what. How the fuck did it make any sense? How did it make any sense whatsoever? Matt Cardona. This guy's doing the best work of his career. Congratulations to him. He got married. He's doing the best work of his career. Congratulations to him on that as well. He is one of the biggest heels in all of professional wrestling right now. He's playing it up, and I love it. It makes you wonder, man. I'm thinking about this when I'm watching Cardona. You watch him, and you think back to the Broski, the Long Island IZ, right? Zack Ryder. How WWE just fucking handcuffs you, man. They want you to be what they want you to be. If we got this Matt Cardona in WWE, how great would some of WWE's television be with him the way he is now? Don't you think WWE looks at themselves and says, yeah, maybe we got to loosen ourselves up a little bit. Maybe the belt is a little bit too tight around the waist. Maybe the handcuffs are a little stiff around the wrists. Maybe we should give some of these guys the key to unlock that ball and chain that sits on their ankles. I don't know how you are WWE and you look at somebody like Matt Cardona doing what he's doing now and then not regret firing him and not really giving him the opportunity to kind of be free, you know? A lot of these men and women, they're listening to a bunch of fucking geeks and creative. They're listening to Bruce Pritchard. They're listening to John, People Power, John Laurinaitis. They're listening to Vince McMahon, 75-year-old Vince McMahon, out-of-touch Vince McMahon, who don't know what's cool anymore. A lot of these men and women are listening to that team. Meanwhile, the best creative is in the mind of the wrestler. But you'll never be able to do that. WWE will never let you be able to be that way on their television because they want a hand in everything. Because if Matt Cardona was in WWE right now, he'd be buried. He'd be buried. They would take fault with him and look at him as, how dare you get over? How dare you get over and make you, the way you are now, look better than us? It's the way they see it. They would kill that shit before you could even breathe. If you are not getting over with what they give you, they don't want you getting over, period. It's just the way it is. He's doing the best work of his career. Joey Janela. I've been very critical of Joey Janela in recent years. Joey Janela was somebody that did not look like he gave a shit about what he looked like. He was a very good professional wrestler. When he wants to wrestle, he's very good. It's not bad. He's an idiot. He takes risks and he pops the crowd thinking that people are going to fucking give a shit about him jumping off a fucking ladder through a table. Nobody gives a shit. But he didn't look the part. He looked like he didn't give a shit. Now, I don't watch Dark. I don't watch Elevation. I don't watch AEW Dark. I know he's doing his thing on there, but he looks great, man. He looks great. He got himself into shape. He lost his beer belly. He looks toned. He got himself, conveniently, being that his AEW contract's about to run up, he got himself into the best shape that I personally have seen him in the last couple of years. Good on him, man. Kudos to him. He actually put in the work, and now he looks. Now I could finally say that Joey Janela looks like an actual professional wrestler. So good on him. Cardona made his entrance first with Chelsea Green. They walked out to Enter Sandman. I don't know because the production was so fucking terrible on this show, I could not hear if it was a cover song or they actually had the balls to play Metallica, Enter Sandman, on pay-per-view live in front of a big audience. I doubt GCW paid for the rights to that song, which would have cost them a pretty penny. Metallica doesn't come cheap. So I really couldn't hear if it was a cover song or if it was the original. He came out to Enter Sandman. He did the old Sandman shtick. Chelsea Green had the kendo stick. Matt Cardona was drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon. I don't know who drinks Pabst, but God bless his soul. He was wearing a flannel shirt, and on the back of the flannel shirt, it said, "Fuck Mick Foley." Fuck Mick Foley. I guess because Foley's from Long Island, and Zack Ryder's from Long Island, and he wants to be the king of Long Island, or he's the king of the death match now, apparently he's calling him. They had him trademark that, or he trademarked that for himself, the king of the death match. So fuck Mick Foley. Cardona was playing up to the crowd. This was great. Great stuff. So Joey Janela came out. He was very Macho Man Randy Savage-esque. Tonight was Joey Janela. They started the match pretty evenly. Offense, first 3 minutes of the match really didn't go anywhere. There was a ton of playing up to the crowd here. And Chelsea Green, at one point, was berating the crowd. I think Cardona threw his T-shirt into the crowd at one point. One guy ripped it up and threw it back at Chelsea Green. She was pointing her finger at this big guy in the crowd that ripped the shirt up. And at one point during this match, after the first couple of minutes or so, Chelsea Green turns on her husband, Matt Cardona, low blows him, and Joey Janela's going to the top rope, and then she kicked Janela off the top rope. It was all one big master plan. Matt Cardona gets up, he pulls something out of his trunks. He was obviously wearing a protective cup, So this was all one big ploy to get Janela on the defense here in this match. So from there, after that spot, things just deteriorated into one big, giant, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus. This was a fucking circus. All of a sudden, Mark Sterling comes out and he's playing it up to the crowd. And he's yelling at the crowd. And at one point, I believe Janela was using the Internet Championship on Matt Cardona as a weapon. Sterling comes out, well, if you read the fine print in your contract, you actually can't use that title against Matt Cardona in this match. Yada, yada, yada. Crowd was chanting, shut the fuck up, at Mark Sterling. And he brings out Vince. So we see this fucking clown come out, and he's wearing a Vince McMahon face mask. He comes out, he pulls it off. It ends up being Virgil. Virgil is there at the Hammerstein Ballroom. I'm sure he went out to Olive Garden after the show was over and indulged in some breadsticks. Did Virgil. At one point, Hornswoggle came from underneath the ring. I don't know what the fuck he was doing under there or why he is of importance to this match, but Hornswoggle was there. Marco Stunt then came out and confronted Hornswoggle, who was then taken care of by Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green then hit Janela with the kendo stick. It had no effect. Janela turns around and gave Chelsea Green a spike pile driver. Eventually, all of this madness went away for a little bit, and Janela and Cardona continued to have an actual match. None of it was important or exciting at this point because all of the bullshit that we've seen already kind of took away from the fucking match. It killed all the momentum of what was going on here. Eventually, this circus came to a stop. Then a masked individual entered the ring, and it was basically an exact ripoff take of ECW 2006 One Night Stand. This was a play on John Cena versus Rob Van Dam in the main event. There was even a sign in the venue which was very reminiscent of the "If Cena wins, we riot" flag that was hanging up in the Hammerstein Ballroom in 2006. If Cardona wins, we riot. Even Cardona was wearing a t-shirt that said that. If Cardona wins, we riot, or something like that. So he's playing up to everybody, poking fun at everybody. This guy came, and he was dressed exactly how Edge, Adam Copeland, was dressed on that night before he speared John Cena through the table. Motorcycle, helmet, and all. Black coat and all. He dressed in all black. So he speared Janela through the table that was standing in the corner of the ring, and he pulls the mask off, he pulls the motorcycle helmet off, and he reveals himself to be Brian Myers, who is Cardona's best friend in real life, is also his podcast partner on his podcast. So Janela down, Cardona hit Rough Rider on Janela through a table off the top, and that was it. 1, 2, 3, Cardona wins via pinfall. After the match, X-Pac, Sean Waltman, ran down to help fight off Cardona and Myers with Janela. X-Pac hit his spinning heel kick and X-Factor before celebrating with Janela. X-Pac has been kind of lobbying for another mini run. He seems to be in good health, and he said he's cleared to get back in the ring when he wants. So GCW may be the perfect opportunity for him to do that. He certainly will not be going into WWE doing anything WWE related, being that he is very good friends with the Clique, and he's very good friends with Triple H, and they are pretty much excommunicating everybody that Triple H knows in WWE. So X-Pac probably does not fit into their plans. So do not expect an X-Pac Royal Rumble appearance. If he does, so be it. Maybe I was wrong. But I don't see him going to the Royal Rumble next Saturday. We have this feud here between Cardona and Janela. It never really seemed like it was a fight at all. Overbooked fucking mess. Overbooked garbage. Like, who enjoys this shit? I would have much, and especially with the storyline that they were trying to tell, was to take another WWE reference here, on top of the Edge reference here, and everything else. X-Pac is here, Virgil is here, coming out as Vince McMahon. All these WWE innuendos on this show. I hope you guys keep that same energy, like I said. But they took a play out of the 1992 situation with Ric Flair and Randy Savage going into WrestleMania. Apparently, Ric Flair had lewd pictures or revealing pictures of Miss Elizabeth that he was going to reveal to the world when he beat Macho Man at WrestleMania, right? That never happened, but it was a play on that. It was their own little mini version of that. Cardona obviously is married to Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green and Joey Janela seem to be fucking around behind his back. He got pissed off. It should have really led to a big fight between the two. And it ended up being a fucking circus with a bunch of freaks getting involved. In the end, it meant nothing. I don't know. It was a complete waste of time. I would have much rather liked to see Cardona and Janela go one-on-one in a great match. But what the fuck do I know, man? You want to be the Outlaw Mud Show fucking Outlaws, whatever. This is what you call GCW. If this is GCW, you can fucking take it and shove it up your fucking pee hole. This shit sucks. Was it entertaining? Yeah, because it was fucking stupid. Was it good? Far from it. Far from it. You got Matt Cardona fucking going into death matches with Nick Gage, and then you want to have him in this fucking circus with Virgil coming out as Vince McMahon and fucking Hornswoggle taking up about 5 minutes in this fucking match. Mance Warner came out. He hit the ring. He's injured right now. He had a promo thanking the fans and the GCW locker room here. And Atticus Cogar came out and interrupted him, ran down the company. Warner and him brawled, and the brawl eventually led to the lights going out. When he returned, or when the lights returned, I should say, Sabu, the human fucking pincushion himself, Sabu, was in the ring. ECW legend, Sabu, with Bill Alfonso, with the goddamn coach's whistle. So Sabu and Bill Alfonso took care of Atticus and his guys, and that was pretty much it. They had the RVD ECW theme blaring at the Hammerstein Ballroom, Pantera's Walk. I actually thought that was a great visual with Sabu and Bill Alfonso and the Hammerstein Ballroom singing Pantera, man. That brings back some fucking memories, man. That brings back some fucking memories, so that was pretty cool. Ruby Soho versus Allie Katch. I don't know what the deal was behind this match at all. I have some notes here on my desktop as far as this match is concerned. I don't really know what these two women were fighting over. It says that they listed this as a dream encounter. Barely. Now, she's been chasing this encounter since she's began running the ropes as a rookie, I guess. And through ups and downs, Allie Katch has been saying everything happens for a reason, and it would seem the universe gave Katch what she deserved so long ago. The Hammerstein Ballroom is the home for these two. So this apparently was a match that she's been chasing against Ruby Soho. Is that the story behind this? It is what it is, man. It wasn't really all that good at all to me. Though I do think that Ruby Soho had a better match here than she did against Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship in the TBS Tournament Final. So Ruby Soho hit a move on Allie Katch where she takes her opponent and she drives her opponent's face into the turnbuckles, and it's almost like she takes them, she's got her opponent's face in between her knees and she drives her opponent's face into the turnbuckle. I don't know what she calls that, if she has that named specifically. She went for it a second time. Katch got out of it, and Katch gave Solo the same move, but her version of it. Katch went for a pile driver. She then went for a Riot kick, did Allie Katch, which is Ruby Riot's signature move, but Soho countered it. And I guess by just by what I see here and what I took down as far as my notes are concerned, it almost seems like Allie Katch is like a fangirl of Ruby Soho, idolizes her in some way. I guess that's the meaning of this match. Whatever you want to make out of it. Soho hit the riot kick, but Katch kicked out. Soho missed a double foot stomp off the ropes, and Allie Katch countered with a knee strike and a pile driver. So they've now both kicked out of each other's finishes. They battled up top. Katch went for a pile driver up top. I don't know if she was going for a pile driver or a power bomb, but she was going for something up top. Soho countered and gave her a riot kick from up top and got the 1, 2, 3. And that was it. That was it. Nothing more, man. It's just a match. It's just a match. We'll see Ruby Soho on AEW Dynamite. Jeff Jarrett. He defeated EFFY in a grudge match. Apparently at their last show at the Showboat in Atlantic City, Jeff Jarrett appeared. He looked like the fucking Undertaker when the lights came back on. He was Jeff Jarrett. He revealed himself. He hit EFFY with his guitar, and he is stating that he is the last of the outlaws. He's a dying breed of outlaws. He's the real outlaw in the Outlaw Mud Show. He's here in GCW. I don't know what it is with EFFY. I don't get EFFY. I don't get the appeal of EFFY. I don't get the popularity of EFFY. Why is EFFY such an indie darling? Because there's no limits on what he can do or what he can say or how he can act. EFFY. I don't really get the gimmick. It's not for me. That's all I'll say. It's not for me. I don't really understand it. He's not a good professional wrestler from what I saw tonight. I mean, it is Jeff Jarrett. You should have somewhat of a decent match. And anything I've seen from EFFY, I don't really see barn burner classics. It's all flamboyance and it's all an act. It's all a gimmick. That's all it is. I don't see this guy in a major promotion. I don't see him graduating from where he is now. He is GCW and GCW for life. And that's the way EFFY's going to be. This is not ever going to make it into an AEW or a WWE. I'm sorry. This is the extent of it. With that being said, Jeff Jarrett looks great. Jeff Jarrett looks great. He's a WWE producer for Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. He looks in great shape. And I was surprised to see how good he looked. He looked really good tonight. If he wanted to go one more match and have something serious happen, listen, if he wants to make a Royal Rumble appearance, it's fine by me. He looked really good tonight. The entire match, it did absolutely nothing for me. You know, I don't look at matches like this where you got somebody gyrating on fucking somebody's face or you're making fucking sexual advances towards somebody in the middle of the ring on your knees and then the crowd starts chanting, suck his dick, suck his dick. That's exactly what EFFY did to Jeff Jarrett, and then that prompted the crowd to chant, suck Jeff Jarrett's dick on pay-per-view. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I don't know what we were doing here. This match was slow. It was as if I was sleeping in fucking quicksand. Nothing happened here. EFFY pulled out a $20 bill. He threw it on the floor. Jarrett didn't pick it up. The ref took it up. Came into EFFY's fucking junk. So the referee quickly disposed of it and threw it out to the ringside area. Pretty slow to start. EFFY did some of his flamboyance. Jarrett took over. They brawled to the outside. Jarrett started hitting EFFY with his belt. I believe he actually hit the timekeeper with his belt and absolutely obliterated him on the outside. So he tied EFFY up after using the belt as a weapon. They got back in the ring. He tied EFFY up to the turnbuckle with the belt and then went outside to get a chair. EFFY got loose. He then started to make a babyface comeback here on Jeff Jarrett. EFFY got a hold of the belt, and he whipped away at Jeff Jarrett. EFFY missed a top rope move, and Jarrett picked up the guitar. EFFY gave him a low blow. He got a near fall off the low blow. Shortly after, EFFY was hit with the guitar spot, and that looked really good. Jarrett hit EFFY with the guitar. EFFY no-sold it for a little bit, and then Jarrett hit him with the stroke. Down with the guitar around his face. Pretty much, he hit him with a, if I could describe it, it looked like a skull-crushing finale that The Miz usually does. And that's it, and that's how he beat EFFY. 1, 2, 3, Jeff Jarrett pins EFFY. That was it, man. I don't even know why the fuck this was on the show. You got all the eyes in the world on GCW, and they got some guy in the middle of the ring on his knees, wailing his tongue in front of 2,000 people with the chant of "suck his dick." Yeah. You want to be an outlaw mud show? By all means, God bless you. Is this professional wrestling? Fuck no, it's not professional wrestling. Good luck with that. You're an indie lifer for the rest of your career. Never in my fucking wildest dreams do I want to see that on the main roster or an AEW. Fuck out of here, man. What a joke. Complete fucking joke. GCW World Championship. Jon Moxley. Homicide. Best thing about this match was that GCW crowd in Hammerstein Ballroom started a fuck Bully Ray chant. That was the best thing about this entire fucking match. A fuck Bully Ray chant to start this match. Match went to the outside. Moxley is the GCW champion. It is very fortunate that he is, or GCW is very fortunate that he is the GCW champion. He looks great. And this match did not go long at all, man. If I was to say I didn't time this thing and went about 6 minutes, I wasn't even sure what the fucking main event was going to be. I knew the Briscoes were on the show, but if the Briscoes were going to close the show, I was absolutely thinking it was going to be something huge, humongous. Jon Moxley is just back from rehab. I don't expect him to go 20 minutes. I don't expect him to kill himself in a GCW ring before he gets in the ring with Bryan Danielson. AEW is his number one home, and that's the biggest program that he will probably have all year. This match went to the outside early. Moxley grabbed an advantage neck breaker on the apron, threw Homicide back in the ring, got a 2 count off of a pile driver. Homicide got a 2 count off a top rope cutter. He then went for his finishing move, which he calls the cop killer. But Moxley fought out of it. Moxley had a double arm DDT for a 2 count. He then locked in the bulldog choke, but Homicide looked like he was going to tap out, but he eventually got to the ropes. A little while after that, Moxley hit the DDT onto a chair and got another 2 count. He went for another DDT, but Homicide countered into a pinning combination. Got his own near fall. Moxley then hit a clothesline, followed up by a DDT onto the chair, which I'm assuming would be the paradigm shift. And that was it. After the match, Moxley and Homicide showed respect to each other, and the crowd gave Homicide a nice standing ovation at the end of the match. I'm assuming he's winding down his career. This was a match. This was a match with Jon Moxley defending the GCW championship against a New York City icon in the world of independent professional wrestling. That was it. That was it. If you guys expected more out of Jon Moxley, I get why you're upset, but you got to understand Tony Khan's stance. Tony Khan is allowing GCW to loan, or he's loaning Jon Moxley to GCW. They have to abide by Tony Khan's rules. Simple as that. He doesn't want Jon Moxley to put himself in a situation that is going to ruin anything that he has planned for himself and AEW. They're lucky Moxley was on this show tonight, and that he's back, and that he's healthy. This match was just another match. And as you guys can see, the second half of this show fell off a fucking cliff, man. If Monday Night Raw could be best friends with anybody this week, it would be Monday Night Raw and GCW together. They would be best friends this week. GCW and Monday Night Raw, man. Maybe Bruce can hit up Brett Lauderdale, man, and they can have a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Matt Tremont and Nick Gage defeated the Briscoe brothers, Jay and Mark Briscoe, to win the GCW Tag Team Championships. Tremont was the first one announced. Obviously, the Briscoes came out first, and they saved the big open, or the big entrance for Nick Gage. Dewey Donovan came out, Nick Gage's music kit, which is For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica off of their Ride the Lightning album, which is my favorite album by Metallica. If I was to choose a second favorite album by Metallica, I would probably say And Justice for All would be number 2. With Master of Puppets being number 3. Battery is my second favorite Metallica song behind The Four Horsemen. I'm very particular with my Metallica songs, man. I do not listen to anything past Black Album. I do not listen to anything post-Black Album by Metallica. It's all garbage. Gage, he comes out, he gets this huge ovation. MDK all day, MDK all day. Where my gang members at, he says. Where's my gang at? Where my hookers at? In the venue. Gage put Jay through a door. If I told you guys these doors were made of... Jesse, listen, Jesse, you don't know good music if it fucking slapped you in the fucking dick, bro. Shut your fucking mouth, okay? You're lucky I even allow you to be here. Fucking geek. Let me tell you something about these doors, man. GCW wants to call themselves ECW 2.0, right? What's with these doors, man? Where'd you guys get these doors? You went to Home Depot for these doors? Probably not. Where'd you go to Ace? Ace Hardware? Ace, the helpful place. Where'd you go for these doors? Walmart? Did they have the great value logo from Walmart on these doors when you picked them up in the hardware aisle? These doors were legitimately plastic-coated cardboard. And when somebody went through these fucking doors, all you seen was cardboard. I'm not sure if I'm watching an Outlaw Mud Show promotion, right? Or I'm watching some fucking 7th grader do some fucking cheap-ass science project. If you want to use doors, use something that's comparable, that's going to prevent the wrestlers performing the moves to get injured. But if you're going to put fucking cardboard doors in the ring and act like Nick Gage is some fucking hardcore icon tonight, I'm sorry, I failed to see it. I failed to see it. What a fucking garbage visual. Garbage visual. The drizzling shits were these fucking cardboard doors. Seriously. If you're going to use doors, at least pretend that the doors look like doors and sound like doors and feel like doors when someone goes through said door. If they're going to be looking that bad, I don't even know why the fuck you even bothered bringing them out. I can only imagine what the fucking drunk idiots in the first row thought. Maybe they didn't realize. I saw it. Nobody thinks. Does nobody have a fucking voice? If I'm in creative or if I'm in production, I'm going right to somebody in charge. These doors look fucking terrible. You really want that being showcased on your show? Yeah, GCW, the world's on GCW. Hey, look at our cardboard doors, man. So Gage put Jay Briscoe through a door. Briscoes then tossed a bunch of chairs and bullshit into the ring. Jay and Matt Tremont fought with chairs, and then Mark and Gage hit each other with broken parts of the cardboard door. Two grown men. You got Mark Briscoe, who's one half of one of the greatest tag teams of our generation, and a hardcore icon in Nick Gage, who's the face of the fucking company, and they're hitting each other with fucking cardboard. Cardboard. World's on GCW, though, right? It's great. So Donovan went to give Nick Gage a pizza cutter, but Jake cut him with a chair to use on the face. And this allowed Briscoes a little bit of offense. Mark hit a big elbow drop on Tremont through a door, the cardboard door through the tables, or through the door for a 2 count, rather. Gage fought with Mark on the turnbuckle and was giving him a pile driver through the second rope through a cardboard door. Gage then picked up Mark and gave him a chokeslam backbreaker and got the pin. Jay Briscoe argued that Mark had his shoulder up. Nick Gage, at the end of the show, cut a promo after the match about loving his MDK gang, as all of the roster came out and celebrated what was a very underwhelming and very low effort, the Wrld on GCW. Thank God I don't have to review this shit every fucking week, man. Holy shit. Holy shit. If House of Glory came to me, and somebody in House of Glory came to me and told me that we're going to do a door spot, and I knew the doors were fucking cardboard, I'd call that shit out immediately, man. I'd call that shit out immediately. This apparently, folks, was the biggest independent wrestling show in history. Oh, my goodness, man. Also, shout out to my boy Charles Mason. Charles Mason was on the pre-show. I wish I knew there was a fucking pre-show for this thing. My boy Charles Mason, House of Glory, faithful. Charles Mason was on the show tonight, man. Congratulations to him. That's a pretty big fucking deal for one of our guys to be wrestling on a GCW show in front of 2,000 people. So shout out to him, man. He's going to be a name you're going to be hearing a lot of in the years to come. And somebody who is not only smart when it comes to this thing, man, but he's very creative as well. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this Sunday night. We did pretty well here. Almost 1,500 in the venue. If I'm a little rough on GCW, man, this is what you get here, man. You want me to be brutally honest with you? That's what you're going to get. You want me to sugarcoat shit? Go watch somebody else. You don't like what I have to say because it hurts your fucking feelings? Or because it rings true? See if I fucking care, man. I appreciate you guys joining me, though. Hit that thumbs up. 679 likes, man. Let's try for at least 750. 750 got to be the minimum. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. Tons of great content. And make sure you guys continue to get those super chats in, man, and hit that join button. Become a VIP right here on OTS. We're going to go right at the top, man. Where's my cold beverage? I need one. Game over, brother. With a $5 super chat. Show was overall in the middle, in my opinion. Cardona versus Janela was hectic, but the match was match of the night for me. Last two matches were underwhelming. I honestly thought the match of the night was Lio Rush versus Blake Christian. That's what I thought the match of the night was. I wouldn't call Janela versus Cardona match of the night. No fucking way, man. If I was to rate that on a 5-star rating, it would get 1 star. 1 star. Just because of Matt Cardona. ECW Hardcore 07 with a $5 super chat. The show was a giant letdown. I'm so disappointed. I've seen way better shows from GCW. Yes, the show that I went to in Atlantic City with Gage and Cardona in the main event, that was a better show than this show. And a much rowdier crowd. Joseph Taylor with a $2 super chat. It was an okay show. 5 out of 10. You're being very, very generous there, Mr. Taylor. ECW Hardcore with a $5 super chat. Kevin Gill is the announcer, and he is terrible, and he should be banned from announcing. Kevin Gill sucks, man. Every time I hear these independent commentators, man, makes me look at my body of work with Solid Monster, and I always say, man, I don't want to be bragging or anything, but I don't want to be bullshitting you guys either. Commentating is not easy, and it doesn't take a lot of effort to sound good, man. When you guys hear what we did at our women's pay-per-view, Who Runs the World, I think that's going to be premiering on Fight Friday. I legitimately, because Fight wasn't available to do our show and their equipment sucks, I legitimately had to bring everything that you're listening to me on now. I had to do commentary on that. I brought my entire podcast setup to do commentary. Me and Solid Monster did commentary on my podcast setup. And you want to know what it sounded like? How do I usually sound every night I'm here, man? I sound beautiful. I sound great. He sounded great. We're the best commentating team in all of independent wrestling, man. Seriously. And House of Glory, man, we're not perfect. But when we do shows, man, I love the vibe of our shows. I love the flow of our shows. I don't know. GCW is just not for me, man. Thank you, ECW Hardcore, for the $5 super chat. Brett from Seattle, thank you for the new membership, brother. What are you drinking? First round is on me. What do we got? Mr. Dark Ace, 28 with a $100 super chat. GCW pay-per-view was just bad. Production was just horrible, and everybody knows that sound is what makes or breaks a show. Pacing wasn't there at all, hence the lackluster ending of the tag team main event. Leo vs. Blake and trios were the best matches on the card. OTS for life. Mr. Dark Ace, I agree with everything that you said, and you, sir, are comment of the night, man. Jesse, you do whatever you want, bro, but listen, if you say anything derogatory to me and Salamaster, man, I'm gonna have to dump you. I'm gonna have to dump you, man. Prodigy RKO with the $10 Super Chat. GCW show was meh, to be honest, JD. Give Jesse a raise in the venue from a loyal customer in the venue. Picks for the Royal Rumble on Saturday, both men's and women's. Brock Lesnar wins the men's. And I'm going with Naomi to win the women's. If not Naomi, I'm going with Bianca Belair. CPA with a $5 Super Chat. Happy 22nd birthday to me. I'll be back for the Raw review later tonight. Stay safe, JD. We are OTS. Devil Kid 631. Happy birthday, by the way, brother. CPA. Everybody give CPA in the chat some happy birthday emoji cakes, man. Devil Kid 631. Did anyone else notice the show started with the actual WWE pay-per-view copyright warning? Like, it literally said World Wrestling Entertainment on it. Yeah, because they're Outlaw Mud Show. Mud Show Outlaws, Devil Kid. Lame. Ricardo Tundiobe with a $5 UK Super Chat. I'm new, but I hope I become VIP someday. OTS rookie. Ricardo, all you got to do is hit the join button, bro, and then you're automatically a VIP. And then I buy you a round of drinks on me. That's all you got to do. Marcus Gunn re-ups for 5 months. Thank you for the recommitment, Marcus. Appreciate you, JD. Can't wait to see Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Should be a great match, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to Moxley versus Bryan. Hopefully we get some sort of continuation or explanation from Bryan on Wednesday, man. Wednesday's going to be a good show, man. I'm looking forward to Wednesday. We may see a great ladder match with Cody and Sammy. We may see Johnny Gargano make his AEW debut. It's looking good, man. That Adam Cole, Orange Cassidy lights out match. Christian Shea with a $9.99 Super Chat. Thank you, brother. No message. You say so much during the week, bro. Enjoy your night, man. Let me buy you a drink. Get Christian Shea a drink, Jesse. Double shot of PB whiskey. Fucking guy. No, he doesn't want Crown Royal, bro. PB whiskey. Screwball. You're a fucking screwball, clown. This fucking guy, man. I gotta get rid of this guy. Nothing but a fucking headache. And Jeremy Lewis with a 6-month recommitment to the venue. Thank you so much, brother. The show sold out before Mox was even announced. Though he was put in with Homicide without much planned short-term booking. Nice watch, by the way. Cheers. I did go out and buy my watch. I didn't get my Rolex, man. My Rolex is not available, man. I'm on a year waiting list. But I did go get my Panerai. 40th birthday gift to me, man. I got my Panerai watch. Only 2 watches I ever want to own in my life, man. A Panerai and a Rolex. That's it. And I got one of them. My birthday isn't until February 6th, but it's going to be a busy couple of weeks, man. So it had to be done today. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here, man. I'm about to get out of here. We got to rev up the Mustang, man. I got to hit the highway. I got to get out of here. I got a lot of prep to do for next week, man. Jeremy Lewis, $10 Super Chat. Cheers to the best in the IWC. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Cheers to you, man. Guys, I appreciate you, man. I wasn't even going to come on here and do a GCW review live. It's not really my cup of tea. MGM Ballin with a $9.99 Super Chat. Did you watch GCW? Didn't watch GCW, but I'm glad I didn't after your reaction. You're always right about everything else, so I guess I can call myself a JD shill. Stu Sexton. Another great review. Thank you, JD. Keep up the good work. Stu, thank you so much for your time in the Discord, man. Enjoy being a mod over there, brother. You're 24 months. You're 1 more month away from a gold microphone, bro. Holy shit. That makes 2 golden microphone VIPs in the venue, man. Holy shit. Tan May and Stu Sexton. Look at that. Anyway, guys, go check out the rest of the videos on the channel. And a lot of stuff there. Follow me on Twitter. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. All that jazz. I'll be back tonight, really, for Monday Night Raw in the venue, man. We're going to talk about the go-home show for the Royal Rumble. Should be fun. So join me then. I need 2 things before I get out of here, guys, though. Number 1, give me those guitar emojis in the chat if you got those Mustang emojis. My VIPs, I want to see them as well, and I need that music on max. I'll see you guys on Monday Night Raw for the post show right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.